So in fractal field mechanics, we go from the quantum chain of indistinguishable spheres to a Qualian chain of just space between. Binding space between is Qualian space. And then we use fractal space. By including the cube, now we've added an isomorphic minima at the very center of the fractal domain, which is a cube that goes tetrahedron, cube, dodecahedron. So now we have the quantum, which is the sphere. We have the Qualian, which is the cube, and the space between. When we get those together, if we put those all together, we have the fractal, which is the isomorphic minimum that's required to make the new chain. Now remember, we're going to start making our new chain right now. And what we're doing when we make any kind of lumen shell is we're making a chain link building. Make no mistake, these are chain link buildings. And I'm showing you exactly how that's true right now. We have started with nothing but chains. And I'm going to show you how this chain turns into a link that becomes structural. Now we're back to our carbon atom, our carbon molecule. This is a molecule, whereas this is an atom, this becomes the molecule. They can only go together one way. This is why I'm telling you that this is geometric intelligence. This isn't just anything. What people aren't getting is that these only go together one way. They don't go together oddly, or they'll fall apart. They only go together one way, and they have to be coherent. This is called harmonic coherence. That's the wrong polarity. It just screws everything up. But if I flip it around, I get the proper polarity, which bonds the two cubes. The reason we have the cubes is to make that bond right there. This is the cube bond. This is the distance between, this is the cube bond, and this is the nucleic bond in the middle. These ones are the strongest, the spheres. And this once again becomes part of the carbon molecule. Now you can see the curvature begin to emerge. This is half of a carbon ring. So now we had our original quantum chain, then we had the space between, then we had the Qualian chain, which is the cube, which does rotate. You can see the cube rotation. You can't see that on the sphere, but you can on the cube, and the space between. Then we made the triangles, and you always use triangles in a pair. They're always used as rhombi. There's no such thing as a single triangle. That's why there's no such thing as a single hydrogen atom. They're always stuck to something else. They're always stuck to something else. And the first thing it sticks to is its partner, which is the helium atom. which makes it a helium atom. The 2 hydrogen makes the helium that neutralizes the stickiness of the hydrogen by neutralizing the 2 electrons. Now we scale up. Because of fractal scaling, we go, whoa, well, wait a minute now. Now with our chain, we made our triangle. And when we scale up, we have our first structural unit. A tetrahedron with a square inside. Did you see the square? Can you see the square in there? That's the octahedral twin. Inside that tetrahedron is a square. You can see it right here. It goes You can't see it looking at it until you look at the right angle. But that is the missing. That's what Bucky pointed out to everyone, that everything inside these tetrahedrons makes all the linear shapes we need. Notice the hexagon there? Everything's going to be hexagonal. You can tell by these 6 right here. There are 6 of those little BBs, and there's only 3 there.